Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Parallel Parking. Yes, I'm wearing the same thing from the last episode. Yes, we just went to another park after the last one. But this is a different episode. Now we are at Pattison State Park, which is not too far from Amnicon. We're still way up north, like at the very, very edge of the state here in Wisconsin. And Riki, Adriane's on the camera as usual. And again, there's Jake!
Still here.
We're not quite sure exactly what to make of this park either. Again, there doesn't seem to be really clearly defined trails, but there's one called Beaver Slide, and that's just funny. So we're gonna kind of walk around and see what this place is like. Let's go.
So we started down the main trail, and pretty soon we came to a fork in the road here. Now we could have either gone left, which would have led to the camp trails and more of the backpack campsites, or we could have gone right, which would have led down the Beaver Slide Trail, which is just still hilarious in my opinion, and that also led to the Little Amnicon Falls, which is where we were looking to go in the first place to continue our kind of waterfall theme lately.
Okay, kids, so we've come to a fork, and we can either go to the logging camp trail, or we can go to Beaver Slide and also Little Amnicon Falls. To the falls!
Shortly after that, we pretty much just followed that trail all the way down past this lake here. I don't know if you could see it here on camera, but there was a beaver dam around here, but there were no beavers in sight. And we followed this a little bit longer, and we came across this great little area of the river where you could actually go out on some of the rocks. And we got some really great shots in this area, and I couldn't resist going out there and getting a little bit closer just to get a good shot of this river.
We're on our way to the Little Amnicon Falls. Let's follow. The road forks back there to Big Amnicon Falls. But we figured we'd start smaller ones and then we'll work our way up.
So we continue down this trail, following the river pretty much the entire time. It's pretty much right alongside you the entire time you're on this trail towards the Little Falls. Some great shots of the river here, and before too long we came across what we thought for sure had to be the Little Falls, because there were just these really great little waterfalls. Nothing spectacular, but you know, they're the Little Falls. We weren't expecting anything really amazing.
Little Falls! They're little, but they're cool! On to the big falls! Okay, so here's something interesting. Here's what we assumed were the big falls, and here's a sign saying that there's a little fall. So, yeah, apparently there's bigger ones somewhere. Who knew? Cool! Because these are pretty sweet. So let's go find the big ones now.
We also quickly discovered that there was a little area you could sit right at the top of the waterfalls, and I could not resist that.
I'm on top of a waterfall! Okay, so apparently the big falls are actually back in the opposite direction where we were originally, where the start of this video was. So we are on our way back that way now, and that's something very loud. So now we're just trying to figure out the way back there. Well, after about a mile or so of some pretty treacherous hiking, we found the big falls. We had to come back the way we originally came, then split off, and then we actually had to kind of cross the highway to get over here. But there it is, and yeah, it's significantly larger. Looks like there's a kind of an overlook over there. So we'll see if we can try and get over there, because that should be kind of cool. But wow, big falls.
So while the big falls are significantly larger than the little falls, we all agreed that the little falls were definitely the highlight of the trip here to Pattison State Park. Pattison is great for hiking, has a lot of trails. Definitely want to make sure that you bring your hiking boots though and prepare for long hikes, especially right now in the fall because of all the leaves. Some of the paths can be a little rough because of all the slippery leaves, but all in all we agreed that Pattison State Park is probably the best state park we've been to so far.
Alright, well that's going to do it for this trip to Pattison Park. These were the Manitow, these are the big falls. Little falls are back the other way. All in all, I'd have to say the little falls were cooler because, well, for one, there's two of them. But the best part was that you could actually kind of go out and sit in kind of the little craggy rock area right above the falls. And that was pretty awesome. And there's a lot of pretty horrible hiking little areas, which are made a little bit worse right now since it's fall. There's leaves everywhere, which makes it a little harder to keep your footing. But all in all, Pattison's pretty sweet. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Parallel Parking. I'm Riki, that's Adriane, and there's Jake. See you next time, everybody.